Today we are going to see the GitHub pages. Maybe you will think, what is this GitHub pages mean? So maybe you will heard about GitHub, but you may not heard about a GitHub page. Hello guys, welcome you all to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see a very important, or we can say useful thing that we all want. So basically today we are going to see the GitHub pages. Maybe you will think, what is this GitHub pages mean? So maybe you will heard about GitHub, but you may not heard about a GitHub page. So today we are going to see what is GitHub page and what is the difference between Git and GitHub and what we can do with the GitHub page. So let's jump into the video. So what is the difference between, first of all, what is the difference between GitHub and GitHub page? So GitHub is a repository. You can upload or you can keep your projects, open source projects, or any project. So it's, whether it's a private project or whether it's a public project, you can keep there. It's totally free, and paid version also available for that. So you can use either paid version or free version. So normally everyone are using a free version. So free version also having ultimate unlimited project. You can keep ultimate project in their repository using free account and public. And if you want to keep everything on private, then you need to pay the money. So that is there. So GitHub is basically keeping a project, but GitHub providing another service called GitHub page. So what is this GitHub pages is basically, let's say if you have a static site or your portfolio or something you can host using this GitHub page. So that is where the GitHub giving opportunity to the users or their absolutely users, so they can upload or host their static website using this GitHub pages. So then today we are going to see, so right now I have a static site and I am going to publish this static site into a GitHub page. So let's go to the GitHub page now. So first of all, so here you can see, so in a Google you can search GitHub page. In the GitHub page, you can first link, you will see this is the GitHub page website for you and your project hosted. So once you navigate to the site, you can see here the website for you and your project, the title, hosted directly from your GitHub repository. Just edit, push your changes and live. That's it. So for a more video, if you want to know what is a GitHub page, so you can click this video and refer this video. So they will explaining in depth about what is this GitHub pages and what are the struggles they are mitigating from this. So those are clearly explained there. So if you want, you can go through there. So ready to get started, build your own site from the scratch and generate one for your project. So there's here you can see you get one site per GitHub account and organization and unlimited project sites. Let's get started the self-telling. So referring through this document, absolutely you can publish host your static website. So here they are giving instructions and how to create the repository using this GitHub, and those other things capturing here, and what is Git client are you using. So if you are using a terminal or GitHub desktop, you can click this tab and follow the instructions and publish your static site. So right now I'm not going to do anything. You can see here a terminal giving, if it is a terminal, they giving what you call the command what is the command you need to use and clone the repository. If you are using a GitHub desktop, then you need to do setup desktop, and they're giving some instructions on based on what you are selecting. So if you don't know what is this, then also you have options to navigate to things. So that is there. So right now I'm going to create a one repository to keep my static website there. So let me create a one repository. Right now I'm going to github.com, and I'm going to my repository, and here I can create another repository, new, and the repository name, let me tell sample static site. This is my repository name, right? So description is optional. You can choose whether it should be a public project or private project. So I'm not adding these things. Add the readme file and choose license. We don't need that one basically, and create repository. Right now we have the repository it's created for us. So what we need to do is, right now we need to clone this here. So here you can see there's a code, there's a button code, button is there, the code. Once you click that, you can see the cloning options. You can copy this HTTP link to your URL. Once you copy it, I'm creating another folder here, my GitHub page. Let me clone here. So I'm using this GitHub Bash, right? I'm going to clone using the terminal, the GitHub Bash. There's a GitHub Bash. You can there's a CLI too, so you can download from their website. So you can, what you need to do is you just need to search GitHub Bash. So either it's a window. Here you can download, whether it's Mac OS or Windows, you can download anything here. So that is how. So you can do like that also. And I'm going to use this one, CLI and Git Clone. Sorry, I already clicked that one. So but right now we have only a URL. But if you are go through the site, if you are using a terminal, you can see we need to use this Git Clone, right? So we are using Git Clone, and I'm pasting the URL. Now the site, our repository is getting cloned. Right now if you see the sample static site, so this is our folder, right? So this is our folder, and I have a static site. I already told I have a static site. So this is a static site. I'm copy this one, HTML and assets, and I'm going to add this on our GitHub page. You can see here it's HTML. So right now I have assets and HTML. Normally HTML should be we need to take it out from the folder and we keep it on the root, but for the moment I'll keep it as it is. For the testing purpose I'll show you. Now what you need to do is you need to navigate. I'm going to navigate to right now we are in a GitHub page folder. We need to go inside sample static site directly. So for that purpose I'm using this cd sample static site. Right now you can see this is a branch, this is our main branch. So if you are familiar with the Git commands, you know what are the changes you have did. So that purpose we are using Git status, and I'm going to push these changes to my repository. Now git add all, git commit m my message static website. Let's see, static website. Now I'm using git push command to push everything. So right now it is pushing. This is how it will definitely take a little bit time to push everything. So let's go and see our repository. So here now you can see we have HTML and assets, right? So how we can host this website to a GitHub page? Here is the thing. If you are in your repository, you have another tab called settings. So if you go to settings, you in the bottom left side you can see the pages. The pages, you can choose a source, that is your branch, the main branch in the root. So the root folder, in the root we only have another HTML folder. Actually that's what I told you before, that should be in outside of that HTML folder. So anyway, let's see how this will work. So I'm giving a save here. So here if you want custom domain, you can do anything here, the choosers, and here you can see your site is ready to publish, and this is my GitHub URL. Okay, let's go there, and here I'm not seeing my site here. So why it is? Because HTML is not there, that's the reason. So let me go to our repository and type HTML. Okay, there's a folder called HTML that is also not available here. Okay, why that reason? Okay, so here we have the pages is there, root is there, but our site is not working still yet. Okay, here this is it will taking some time, so that's the reason. And here you can see sample static site. I think this is reading our readme file, readme MD, right? So HTML is my folder. So here you can see the site is uploaded, right? That is how it works. So actually if you are publishing your static site, you don't need to keep inside the folder HTML. This is I'm just using for the experiment purpose here. But if you are using if you are uploading with the folder, don't do that. If it is in a root, you need to keep your HTML file outside mean inside the root you need to keep the single file, let's say index.html and rest of the page, right? So you need to keep that in mind, right? This is a static website I'm hosted here. So maybe you will think we can only upload a static website only, or we can host any kind of, let's say, server-side languages also. But the thing is, GitHub right now only providing a static hosting, not an we can't host server-side languages like PHP or Ruby, and those are the server-side language are not, or we can't host using this GitHub page. So that purpose we need to use a different host for that. But GitHub only providing for static hosting. Static hosting means if you have HTML, CSS and JavaScript, that is the content only we can host. So that is what static hosting means. Okay, this is just a sample static website we have host. Let's say if you are using if you are using a different framework like React or Angular, so after that you are running the build command, and then static the folder or resources will be getting created. So that kind of thing how you are publishing to this GitHub page. Let's see then let's see this hosting after our, if you are using some frameworks or something, that build file we are going to host using this GitHub page. Let's see that one. So for that experiment purpose, I have another site called the album. That is my, it's a kind of experiment project which I have did for in React. So let's see that one. I'm going to create another repository. I'm going to create another repository, that is album. Let's say React album. Create another repository. Simple album React. Okay, this is simple album React. So descriptions are optional, already told you. You can see, you can choose whether it should be public or private. And if you want to add a readme file, you can do like this. You can check this one or skip. At the moment I'm not choosing anything and going to create a repository. Okay, so if you have done this kind of, okay, I'm using this command. So if you want to create a new repository, you can use this one, or if you have push your existing repository from the command line. So right now I have a project, but that is not published yet, so I'm going to publish that first. So existing project repo I have, so I'm using this second options. Going to use this one. So album project is there. I'm using a GitHub page here, and I'm using this one. So it's get created right now, I guess. After that, git branch main. Okay, I'm creating another branch. Now we are in a main. Now git push you and origin main. Okay, let's see first the status. So these are the things are modified but not pushed yet, and we are going to push all the changes here. After that, command simple album project with React. Right, so I am pushing now. I'm using a command u and origin main. So right now we have pushed already, so let's refresh and see what will happen. Okay, we have we are successfully pushed this our repository, our project to our repository. So here you can see public src and all. But if you take a look this our, let me open this on our VS Code. Here you can see build file is there. In the build file, this is our static one. So after production, after giving a command for production build, this is giving this folder for us. So we need to push this one also. But if you see the git ignore, we are production, we are not sending this to, if you are push these changes, this is not going to our repository. That is the reason we are using git ignore. So it will ignore to send some files to repository. So I am removing this one for the moment because I need to push that build folder inside our what you call inside our repository. So that's reason I'm doing. So let's do this. I'm using it add all git commit and build file. This is static build file, right? Now git push command to push all the changes here. So it is pushed now, already pushed, right? So let's refresh and see whether it's available or not. Yeah, the build directory is available right now. Again, I am going to setting and pages. You can choose the branch here, root. Okay, I'm going to save this, right? So as we saw earlier, it is giving us a published URL for our project. So this is our project. You can share with your friends and anyone. So if you want to add the custom domain, you can use this custom domain field and save it. That's it. So let's open this URL. So simple album React. The site is still showing 404. It will taking a little bit time, I guess. So that is the reason. So let's refresh one more time. Yeah, it is not still working. Okay, now it is working. You can see here simple album React. But if you can see that build file is there, build folder. So framework, I don't know why it's not working. Okay, React is not working. Yeah, React file is not working. Okay, let's see a different one then. Okay, why it is not working? Maybe I am first time trying. Normally if it is an Angular project or React project, if it is a React project, I'm using Retifly. Otherwise I'm using the site I'm using on Firebase hosting. There's a hosting called Firebase. We can hosting that one. That's a Google product. So I don't know why it is not working. Let's see. React page. React page GitHub. So deploying. Okay, here they are giving some guidance to. Okay, for this purpose we need to install GitHub Pages, right? Then you need to choose the home page here and add deployment script to package.json, rebuild, and yeah, normally you can't use directly like that. Instead you need to choose you need to follow this guideline. Okay, let's do this one first and how to deploy this React app. Okay, right now let me follow their guidelines first. You need to install the GitHub Pages here. So GS Pages, you need to install that. Let me quickly install that. So I'm in album. Yeah, absolutely. And npm install GitHub Pages, save dependency, dev dependency. So once you save, package.json is getting where's the package.json? Okay, here we are not seeing it. Okay, GitHub page here, dev dependency, that is get updated. So next what they saying at this point, name package install your computer React Advanced. Okay, open the package and text editor at the home page property format. So they are expecting to set up a URL for the home page. So like this. So the versions and home page, you can see here my app name is there. So I'm going to update here the home page. GitHub name your React project. So right now I have the URL. I'm using that URL here, right? And again what they saying, include the property name home page. Okay, after that you need to run this, you need to add the scripts basically. Add the pre-deploy property and deploy property the script object. Okay, let's add this too. For your project, the deploy script uses redeploy. Read master build. Okay, let's put that. Script where we need to add this here. Okay, the symbol is a problem. Okay, I have updated this one. Okay, cool. Add the Git repository, add remote. Okay, these are already I did already. Deploy React up to the pages. So let's push these changes first. I'm going to push these changes. Git status package log file get updated. Git add or git commit and updated package json git page package, and I'm going to push this one. So it is already pushed. Now I'm going to deploy this one. That will cause the pre-deploy and the package to run. Okay. Now npm run deploy. Okay. So the command getting running. Sorry. I think it will taking a little bit time to execute our production build. So right now it is compiling. So just refresh and see, it is not yet working. Yeah, anyway, following instructions, and it's deploying file size. Okay, you can control the packages. So right now GitHub Pages and dbuild, it is published. So that is what this CLI is showing. Okay, let's refresh and see. I'm not seeing anything yet. So let's see what they are giving in instructions. Is it a home page URL?
Step for example. They're saying here it's accessible, but it is not accessible yet for me. Let's refresh.
A few moments later.
Build file. Album. Right? So let's push that one also and see. Okay, I have pushed those changes. GitHub page had recently pushed to compare the pull request. Anyway, we need to work this. That is what our final goal is. Okay, it is not working. Why it is not working? Okay, here you can see 2 branches. Okay, let's see that. Okay, main is there, GitHub page is there. Okay, let's give this GitHub page and try to navigate there. Anyway, the site is not loading yet. But I am still not seeing. Okay, here. It will taking little bit time, so that is the reason. So if you are uploading some frameworks build files, if you uploading those to GitHub pages, keep that in mind. This is what happened definitely. It will confuse us because static hosting is different and frameworks build file hosting is totally different. So I'm using React, that is the reason GH pages. Definitely if you are if you had any problems, you definitely need to refer the documentation, then only you can get some ideas. That is how resolving the problems. So right now you can see our site is loading. Simple site is loading without any problem. Let's type and see something. Yeah, it is working fine as we expected. So finally, in this video you already saw we are hosted static site, and plus our we using React framework, and that static site also we hosted using this GitHub. So this is really good stuff if you are a student, or if you are a developer, if you are open source contributor. So you can do anything with this GitHub pages. You can host anything. So if that is there, you can share with your friends that link, then they can access and do the stuff they want. So that kind of things we have in this GitHub pages. You can host anything, but you can't host server-side languages, but instead you can host a static site. So I hope this video is useful, and if you are not subscribed yet my channel, please subscribe my channel and like us our videos, and share video with your friends. Then we'll catch on new video. Thank you. Bye.